The moving truck pulled away as they stood frozen on the lawn, watching their golden child's belongings disappear down the street. My father's face went pale. My mother clutched her chest like she was having a heart attack. But it was my sister Emma who spoke first, her voice shaking. "You can't just leave us." I smiled, holding the foreclosure notice I'd been waiting months to deliver. "Watch me." It began 18 months ago when my startup failed and I needed somewhere to regroup. "Of course you can come home," my mother Sarah had said, tears in her eyes. Family helps family. What she didn't mention was that help came with a price tag. First it was $800 for rent. Then utilities jumped it to $1,200. By month 6, they wanted $1,500 monthly for household contributions. Meanwhile, Emma lived in the master suite rent-free, unemployed, ordering DoorDash on the credit card I helped pay off. When I questioned the inequality, Dad would snap. "She's going through a rough patch. You have a job." The breaking point came during Thanksgiving. I overheard them in the kitchen laughing. "Marcus is such a pushover," Emma giggled. I told him I needed therapy money, and he just handed over another $500. My father chuckled back. "Keep milking it. His guilt pays our mortgage." My mother added coldly. "He owes us for 18 years of raising him anyway." That night something died inside me. Not anger, something colder. Calculation. I didn't confront them. Instead I played the perfect son. Paid every bill on time, smiled at every demand, nodded when they lectured me about family responsibility. But secretly I was planning their destruction. I discovered their mortgage was 3 months behind. Their credit cards maxed out. Emma's therapy money was funding her online shopping addiction. They were drowning financially, using my payments as a life raft. So I cut the rope. I contacted their mortgage company anonymously, provided evidence of their spending habits, and ensured they couldn't refinance. I opened accounts at 3 different banks, quietly moving my money beyond their reach. When they asked to borrow $2,000 for emergency repairs, I emptied my account they knew about, showing them the zero balance. Then I struck. I found Emma's dream apartment, the luxury complex she'd been obsessing over on Instagram. I paid her security deposit and first year's rent up front, anonymously. The leasing office called her with the incredible news that she'd won their housing lottery. She moved out within a week, giddy with excitement. Without Emma's presence as an excuse, and without my rental payments, my parents couldn't afford the house. The foreclosure process I'd been tracking finally caught up with them. 3 months later, as the sheriff posted the eviction notice, I drove by one last time. My mother was loading boxes into a U-Haul, crying. My father sat on the porch steps, head in his hands. I rolled down my window. "Need help moving." My mother looked up, hope flickering in her eyes. "Marcus, thank God. We've been trying to reach you. We're losing the house. We need somewhere to stay, just temporarily." "I know," I said calmly. "I've been watching." The hope died as understanding dawned. You did this." I pulled out my phone, showed her the bank transfers, the anonymous tips, the paper trail of their financial destruction. "You taught me that family has a price. I learned the lesson too well." My father stood up, rage replacing despair. "You little psychopath. We raised you." "No," I said, putting the car in drive. "You raised a customer. And now your account is closed." 6 months later, I bought their old house at auction for 60% of its value. I sent Emma a housewarming invitation with a photo of me in the kitchen where they'd planned my exploitation. She never responded. My parents rent a studio apartment across town now. They tell people I abandoned them. I tell people the truth. Sometimes the best revenge isn't getting even. It's getting everything. I sleep in their old master bedroom every night. Not out of spite but out of peace. They taught me that love has conditions and family has fees. So I paid in full and bought my freedom. Some people inherit wealth. I inherited wisdom. The most expensive lesson is often the most valuable one. They wanted to charge me for being their son. So I charged them for being my parents. And unlike them, I collected in full.